All right, so you're dreaming of buying a home, right? Well, before you start browsing listings, we need to talk about one of the most powerful numbers in your entire financial life, your credit score. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and demystify what it is, and more importantly, how you can make it work for you.
Let me ask you something. What if I told you that a single three-digit number could save you tens of thousands of dollars on your mortgage? I know, it sounds kind of crazy, but that is the exact power we are talking about today. For a lot of people, the credit score feels like this big, mysterious number that has all this control over our lives, but nobody ever really tells you the rules. It can feel, well, pretty intimidating, but I promise you it's way more straightforward and way more in your control than it seems.
So, what is this thing, really? Think of it like this. Your credit score is basically a snapshot of your financial habits. It's how lenders get a super quick read on how you've handled borrowing money in the past. It's not a judgment on you as a person, not at all. It's just a report card on your credit history. Okay, so how do they even come up with this number? To really get it, we've got to pop the hood and take a look at all the different parts that come together to create your score. Now, here's what's so interesting. Not all of these pieces are the same size. Not even close. You see those two huge slices of the pie? That's your payment history and your credit utilization. The others definitely matter, but man, those two are the absolute heavy hitters.
Let's dig into this, because this is where you can really make a difference. Payment history? It's simple. Paying your bills on time, every single time, is the number one most important thing you can do, period. Then there's credit utilization. Pro tip here, you want to try to keep your balances under 30% of your total available credit. Anything higher can look a little risky. And length of history. A lot of people think closing an old credit card they don't use is a good idea. Actually, it can hurt your score because it makes your credit history look shorter. It's these little details that paint the whole picture.
All right, we've got the what and the how. But what about the so what? Why does this one little number have such a huge impact when you go to buy a home? Well, this is where your score stops being just a number and turns into a real-life financial superpower. Look, the difference here is just, wow, it's night and day. When you have a higher score, lenders see you as a safe bet, so they roll out the red carpet. They offer you lower interest rates, which means, you guessed it, lower monthly payments. You also get your pick of different loan options. A lower score? Well, that just means higher costs and fewer choices. It's that simple. A better score literally puts more money back in your pocket every single month.
And I'm not talking about saving a few bucks on your coffee here. We are talking about life-changing money. Just a small bump in your score can lead to unbelievable savings. We're talking tens of thousands of dollars over the 30 years of a mortgage. I mean, that's a new car, a college fund, years of amazing vacations, all from taking control of this one number.
Okay, I know this can all sound like a bunch of numbers in theory, so let's make it real. Let's look at a real-world example of someone who took this exact information and got amazing results.
Let me tell you about this home buyer from Brockton. They had that big dream of owning a home, but their credit score was just kind of a roadblock. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good enough for the best loans. And here's the key part. They didn't throw in the towel. They decided to get to work.
And what they did, it wasn't rocket science. It was actually pretty simple. They had their goal crystal clear. Then they took some small, smart actions. They focused on paying down a few little credit card balances to get that utilization ratio down. They set up auto pay so they'd never miss a payment again. And you know what happened? In just a few months, their score jumped up enough that they qualified for a way better loan, saving them a ton of money for decades to come. See? That story is so awesome because it just goes to show you don't have to be a financial wizard. You just need a game plan. So let's turn their inspiration into your action plan.
So here's your playbook. Ready? Number 1, make every payment on time. Set alarms, set up auto pay, whatever it takes. Number 2, chip away at those small credit card balances. And this is a big one. In the month leading up to buying a home, don't open any new credit cards or take out any new loans. Just lay low. Remember, this isn't about being perfect overnight. It's all about that steady, consistent progress.
So from now on, I want you to think about your credit score totally differently. It is not a test you pass or fail. It's a guide. It's a tool that when you understand it can make your journey to owning a home smoother, cheaper, and just so much more successful.
Look, every big dream starts with just one small step. Now that you've seen how all these pieces fit together, what's that one confident step you can take, maybe even today, to get closer to your dream home? Trust me, your future self is going to thank you for it.